Every now and then, I come across a story that is so disgusting and so sickening that it actually makes my blood boil. This is one of those cases. If you guys don't know, I have actually worked with special needs children, more specifically children on the autism spectrum, for 21 years now. I'm very passionate about these children and I love them as if they were my own. I truly, truly do. So when I hear about anyone mistreating them in any way, I become extremely defensive. This story is considerably disturbing because it came from the children's father, a New York City police officer, and the children's mother, Michael Valva's ex-wife, warned officials that something was going to happen to her children. But instead of protecting the children, they removed the children from her custody and handed them over to the father and the stepmother. So I'm here, I'm pissed, and I'm gonna break it down. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. It's so greatly appreciated. Truly, truly is. Before we get started, let me give you my usual disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. Please do not take what I say as fact. Please always do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Next, if you have not liked, subscribed, or commented yet, please consider doing so because it really helps me out and I really, really appreciate it. Okay, let me give you a huge trigger warning. This video does heavily cover the topic of child ABUSE, emotionally, mentally, and physically. So please think 2, 3, 4 times before deciding to continue watching if you believe it will be too difficult for you to handle. Lastly, you're going to see as we go along just how much this mother tried to warn people about what her children were being subjected to, and nobody would listen to her until it was too late. This woman is a warrior. She's a fighter. She's a mama bear to the nth degree. And I implore you to go check out her Facebook page, follow her, and support her. Okay. Before their divorce and brutal custody battle, NYPD police officer Michael Valva and his wife Justina were the proud parents to 3 beautiful little boys, Anthony, Tommy, and Andrew. Anthony and Tommy would be diagnosed with special needs. Tommy would end up being diagnosed with autism. After the divorce, Michael would go on to date a woman by the name of Angela Polina. According to records, Angela is from Franklin Square, New York, and she has 3 young daughters. She retired in 2017, but prior to that, she worked in administration at the New York area hospitals. October 1st, 2016, Michael proposes to Angela at a Yankees game, and she accepts. Then in July of 2017, the couple buy a beautiful home on Bittersweet Lane in a suburb of New York for $525,000. Friday, January 17th, 2020 at 9:40 a.m. Michael Valva calls 911 to report that his son has collapsed in the driveway. While on the phone with them, he informs the operator that he is an NYPD police officer, perhaps in an attempt to throw some power around, and he tells the operator that he's performing mouth-to-mouth. 8-year-old Thomas would be taken to the Long Island Community Hospital where he would tragically pass away from organ failure. His cause of death would be hypothermia, and his manner of death would be homicide. It would also come out that Thomas spent 16 hours in the garage on the night of his death, and that he was dead for somewhere between 11 and 22 hours before paramedics were called. This was determined by his body temperature, which was 76.1 degrees Fahrenheit at the hospital. After further investigation, Michael Valva and Angela Polina would be charged with the death of Thomas on January 24th, 2020. The number of instances that happen leading up to this event is sickening. The sheer number of people that were aware of what was going on at the home but refused to take action is unforgivable and, dare I say, criminal. If the proper authorities would have taken Justine Valva's claims and proved seriously, we probably would not be sitting here right now talking about this. In a post on Twitter made by Justina Valva in January of 2018, she shows a video of the drop-off between her and Michael. You can clearly see in the video that the children cannot wait to get away from their father, and one of the children even punches him in the crotch to try to escape his grasp.
Hi, Anthony! Hi, Anthony! Go, Cookie House! Go, 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 baby! Hi, buddy! Hi, Andrew! Let him go! Hi, Andrew! Let them go! They can come to me! Let him go! Let him go! He wants to come here, Andrew! Let him go! What are you doing to them? Every single come here, baby. I got you. I got you. I got you.
I'll be back.
No, he's not crying that he's gonna be back. He's crying because you're shitting them. Okay, I got you. Quickly, let's go. Let's go.
In September of 2017, the court awards temporary custody of the boys to Michael Valva. Justina is able to see them unsupervised on the weekends, though. But from that point until the death of Tommy, Justina provided the school and officials with an enormous amount of proof in the form of audio recordings, pictures, and medical records that these children were in danger. In another post on Justina's Facebook page, you can clearly hear Michael and Angela brainwashing these children to hate their mother.
Who do you love?
Dad and Angela.
Who do you want to stay with?
Dad and Angela.
Who do you miss?
Dad and Angela.
Who do you want to live with?
Dad and Angela.
Mommy is mean.
Mommy is mean.
Mommy hits me.
Mommy hits me.
Mommy don't touch me.
Mommy don't touch me.
I love Angela.
I love Angela.
I love Daddy.
I love Daddy.
I want Angela.
I want Mommy.
I love Daddy.
I want Mommy. I want to live with Daddy. I want to see Daddy. I want to see Daddy. I want to see Daddy. Mommy, you're not nice. Mommy, you're not nice. Mommy, you're not nice. You are not my I'm not proud of you, Mommy. I'm not proud of you, Mommy.
I have fun with Daddy and Angela.
I will fun with Daddy and Angela.
In January of 2018, Justina provided the school with proof that Tommy was being abused. He had bruises on his spine and on his bottom. And despite this, school officials did not report their suspicions of Michael's abuse of the boys until September of 2018. That is a full year after he got custody of the boys and 9 months after the bruises were found on Tommy. In September of 2018, the school psychologist filed a report with CPS that Anthony and Thomas were always coming to school hungry and that Anthony had lost 20 pounds in just 1 year. It was also reported that the boys began coming to school with pull-ups on and having accidents at school, even though Tommy hadn't had any toileting issues prior.
Daddy's house.
You weren't. You just had a pee-pee accident. That's not a being bad boy.
But Mommy.
What, baby?
When we put us at me.
What happened?
And then he didn't want me to have breakfast and anything.
Didn't want you to have breakfast?
No.
Andrew, were you hungry?
Okay, Andrew.
So if you know anything about children with autism, then you know that toileting can be a big issue. Oh God, such a big issue. And depending on the severity, it can be a huge hurdle to overcome. And that's if they ever do overcome it. Some of them, they won't. They're going to be in diapers forever. So, to put a special needs child that is toilet trained back into pull-ups is taking 20 huge steps backwards. The school psychologist also reported that the boys were left home alone, with Michael and Angela not returning until it was already dark outside. January 16th, 2019, the school's principal calls CPS to report that Tommy came into school with a suspicious bruise and a swollen eye. He says that when he asked Tommy what happened, he gave conflicting stories. When Anthony was told to go see the school nurse about a sty that was on his eye, he began screaming in the middle of class. When questioned about what was wrong, he told the staff at the school that his father told him that he was not allowed to go to the nurse. Why not, you fucking dildo? Why? Bet I know why. February 25th, 2019, Anthony arrived to school with a wet backpack and jacket that smelled of urine. February 27th, 2019, he came to school shivering with urine-soaked pants, socks, and shoes. It was at that point that the staff made another call to CPS about their concerns, including their concerns about his weight loss. In March of 2019, staff would file another 4 reports with CPS. This would come after Michael Valva told the staff that he wanted to place Anthony in a residential school, and the district denied this request. According to court documents, after this, Anthony began refusing to get off the bus, telling staff that his father and Angela instructed him to not get off the bus, further telling them that if he kicked and screamed when his teacher tried to coax him off the bus, his father and Angela told him that he would be rewarded with Chuck E. Cheese. Once his teacher was able to get him off the bus, he told her that he hadn't eaten breakfast that morning because he was, quote, on the mattress. When his teacher pressed for more clarification, he told her that the mattress was in the garage, and when he was in the garage, he was alone and cold. Anthony further went on to tell his teacher that he was not allowed to go into his room because he had a toileting accident, telling her that he had to stay in the garage for weeks and days because he had an accident. Okay, so I suppose this is probably a good time to talk about the garage, right? Anthony and Tommy were the 2 children that had to stay in the garage. Oddly enough, they were the only 2 children with special needs out of the 6. So out of her 3 girls and his 3 boys, Anthony and Tommy were the only 2 with special needs. All the garage walls were concrete and not insulated and not heated, except for one wall that was situated by the garage door. According to a Facebook post on October 23rd, 2022, Justina Valva claims that inside the garage, there were absolutely no mattresses, pillows, blankets, sheets, fans, space heaters, ladder, fire extinguishers, clothes, toys, or laundry basket. She further claims that her children's hands were zip-tied to the garage pole by Michael. He would point his gun at the children when they would have bathroom accidents. He would scream at them when they had accidents and threaten to make them eat their own feces. May 14th, 2019. Tommy's teacher files a report with CPS stating that Tommy arrived to school the morning prior with a raised and bruised bump on his forehead. When questioned, Tommy told his teacher that his father threw his backpack at him. The following morning, Tommy informed her that his hand hurt because his father squeezed it really hard after he had a bathroom accident. June 7th, 2019, another call was made to CPS regarding Anthony. When he arrived to school that morning, he had several bright red abrasions, caked blood in both nostrils and swelling at the bridge of his nose. When his teacher suggested he go to the nurse, he began to scream. When a call was made to Michael Valva, he told staff that Anthony woke up with a bloody nose. When questioned about the bruising, Valva replied that he woke up with a bloody nose and he left it at that. November 19th, 2019, 2 months before the death of Tommy. Teachers at the school noticed that they had made calls to CPS numerous times regarding the Valva children and the treatment of them at the hands of Michael Valva and Angela Polina. The report stated that Anthony arrived at the school with a cut next to his eye and a bruise on the top of his ear. Tommy had a laceration on his forehead. When questioned about the injuries, the boys claimed that they got hurt while playing football. Michael Valva was called, and he also told administration that the boys got hurt while playing football, although it is stated that his story changed several times. You know, it never changes. The truth. The truth never changes. Administration also reported their concerns about the boys being malnourished. They noted that Tommy and Anthony were always seeking food, trying to sneak food, hide food, and eat every last crumb of food given to them. In other words, the kids were starving. Staff also began to take notice of the fact that Anthony and Tommy always had significantly less food than the youngest Valva's son, who was not special needs. In a complaint from November of 2018, it is reported that Anthony had a body mass index of 0.57 and had lost 13.2 pounds in the span of a month. Tommy had a BMI of 1.32 and had lost 4.4 pounds in the span of a month. And Andrew had a BMI of 15 and had lost 3.7 pounds in the span of a month. December 19th, 2017, Justina Valva met with CPS investigator and 2 of her supervisors. She told them that Michael and Angela were not meeting the educational needs of the children, and that Michael would make the children stand outside in the cold without socks or shoes as a form of punishment. January 18th, 2018, Justina filed another report with CPS over the recordings that we heard earlier. January 14th, 2018, Justina filed a third case with CPS, telling them that Tommy had bruises on his bottom and coagulated blood. He told his mommy that Michael hit him 12 times the day before. March 7th, 2018. Michael Valva's ABUSE allegations are dismissed. An order of protection is issued instructing him to refrain from DV and the use of corporal punishment. Oh, and he's also instructed to take classes at a local library. That's what he got. Michael Valva and Angela Polina would end up being tried separately. A jury found both of them guilty, as they should. Both of these dildos were sentenced to 25 years to life. Now, Justina Valva has her 2 sons back at home with her, where they should have been this whole time. And she's fighting tirelessly online for justice for Tommy. She's also looking for CPS, police, school officials, and judges, all involved in this case, to face some sort of repercussion for what happened to her baby. And I don't blame her, especially because this probably could have been prevented had it been taken more seriously, and had they not let the fact that Valva was a police officer sway their decisions, allegedly. That's what I think. All right, but I want to know what you guys think. So if you're still here, thank you. I love you, and I appreciate you so very much. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't yet, and you feel so inclined to, because it really helps me out. I really appreciate it. And until next time, stay safe out there.